thing about Republicans that as time goes on, I think about for some reason is just how unhappy they are. When you look at Trump, his wife, she doesn't even want to hold his hand walking to the plane. You know, it's a Trump wife. Or when you look at Liberty University, what's the guy's name? The son. How he's up here, this Christian morality and gays and trans. It comes out, he's paying a boy to fuck his wife while he watches. Falwell Jr. Yeah. And the boy is the same age of most college students. He's a pool boy. And it just get me then this was beautiful about it. The school got rid of him, right, real quietly. Then he came back and sued the school for more money, so it came out again. You know, when you look at people around Trump that didn't last very long, they just told him the truth. Omarosa and Scaramucci, people like that they realized what they were doing was they were a part of something that was wrong. When you look at the leader of the Oath Keepers, and his wife and son ran out on him. The son was like, he looked at me as like a threat and all this, and he beat on his wife, and they took his guns and ran out and stuff, and he like, this is your Republican Party. I was always raised, judge a man by the company he keeps. That's how I was raised. You judge a man by the company he keeps. You know, a lot of people don't know you. A lot of people in this world don't know anything about you. They never will. They just speak on what people that are closest to you. People that have your personal cell phone. People that we see you out with. Those are the judges of character. And to me, the fact that, you know, these are people that their lives are just in hell. You know, Giuliani lost law license. Giuliani gets sued by alimony for his wife. You know, and John Durham lost law license. There's something beautiful about that, and there's something telling about that. There's a guy named Pascal. He was like his web guy. They had a SWAT team in his house. He was drunk and threatening people and stuff. Like, there's just something beautiful about that, to know and understand that these people's lives, they live in hell, and they want the rest of us to live down there with them. And when I look at, you know, the vice president candidate, I look at, you know, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and Kamala Harris and people like that, and I see peace. I see genuine happiness. I see love. I see people that have lived good lives and now want to maybe make the world a little better, a better place, a more peaceful place. You know, it just gets me that, as I said with Trump, just how vengeful and vicious and nasty, and how the rhetoric is like doomsday and it's dark, and it's just, I want to be clear that it isn't just the fact that Trump is a crook and they're criminals. It's the fact that Trump lives a sad life. We'll end it with this. As I get older, I'd be like, when did I start thinking like this? I remember, it's like his first, second year, I remember, there was a lady that worked for him, secretary. And she went out, and these reporters got her drunk. Or whatever. And they were asking her questions about Trump. And she was like, he doesn't want to take pictures with his daughter. He thinks she's fat. A lot of things. We ended up looking into it and found out she had worked for Mitt Romney. She cried when he got elected. She cried. And it was, you know, I looked into all that, that's when I realized Trump was alone. He might have money and all that stuff, but he lives a purely transactional life, surrounded by people that just don't care anything about him. And as I get older, that makes me sad. Not that I'm gonna have 1,000 friends, not that I'm gonna have 100 friends, but I got a few. I got a few good ones. And that means more to me than all the money in the world. Than to be around people that don't care about me and don't like me, and I've gotta use them to carry out evil intent. I don't know what it's sad for her or sad for him. But the world they live in is empty and vapid and transactional and it's intangible. Something is intangible to it. And it's just weird. It's like as a kid growing up and like, would you work for an evil man? Would, a rich man? No. Because I don't want to wind up like that. I don't want to wind up with a bunch of people around me that people look at it like, oh, this is a woman that's secretary, shouldn't be secretary. I don't see it that way. I see it that Trump was a fascist and that he had to surround himself with people who are not fascists because he had to do that. You know what I mean? I'm getting a job, I'm running a company, and I know about the company. I got to know how to run the company. But we can still agree on certain things. We want a better outcome. Trump didn't, and he doesn't. He's a fascist. He's a crook. He's a con man. Everybody around him are con men. The proof is in the pudding. Bannon and Manafort and Flynn, they're all crooks. That's clear. And it just, for me, as I said, for me, it's just telling that, and then a lot of, I guess, have come out against him. Was it 40 out of 44 cabinet people? I thought about it this morning. It came to me for some reason. The other 4 people, it isn't that they're supporting Trump. They're scared. They're probably scared, dude. They're probably not. They're scared they're going to lose their job. No, they're scared that something might happen to them. We looked at Paul Pelosi in his house. Guy comes in, tried to bust in and kill him. And Fox News just ran that bullshit, and Trump lied and said the glass was broken out, so he broke out of the house. And none of it made any sense. So you're saying that you're saying someone in the house broke the window out? Well, the guy was there when the police got there. Why would he break out of the window if he was still at the house? Also, and I said this in the beginning, a guy being in his boxes in his house means nothing. A lot of people sleep in their boxes. This guy busting, and then we had the video come out of him busting in the glass in the kitchen window. That's how he got in the house. Republicans never came out and admitted that. They're just lies. Just liars. And to me, as I get older, there's something sad about having a society that you're just lying about. There's no truth in any of it. And I think a lot of those people probably, as I said, probably fear violence. They fear some 300-pound man busting in their kitchen window at 2 in the morning with a sledgehammer. I don't blame them. I think that stepping up to Trump, what they say, swing for the king, you best not miss. To step up to Trump is such a dangerous predicament. A, as far as having a future on the right, and B, it's dangerous in the gist of continuing breathing. And it bothers me that Van Jones said it very well, that Kamala Harris has to be classy and has to have class and everything, and she has to walk a line. And with Trump, there is no class. There never was. There's no line. There never, none of that stuff. And that Kamala Harris is she's like James Brown, Godfather Soul, when he got into the music and he seen all the, the light-skinned guys, the wavy hair, and he said he had to work 10 times harder. That's Kamala Harris. I don't look at, just calling her dumb and all that. I look at her as being way more qualified than Trump. But as I said, the fact that she got more classy than him, way more classy. That Trump can go out there and have comedians talk about calling Puerto Rico island of trash. And people are like, it's okay. Like, the fact that Trump can do the things he's done, and I like Kamala, other black, Representative Crockett, Marcella Green had her up there and was screaming at her and stuff, and I was just like, she handled it very classy. But I was like, you can't win. What did Lincoln say about how it's like wrestling with a pig? All you gonna do is wind up dirty, and the pig likes it. That's Marcella Green. She's a pig. that's her game, is screaming and yelling and calling those kids transvestites. And remember, she brought the woman up there, the lesbian couple, and she was like, "You're not a mother. You're not a mother." Like she's like a stepmother or something. Like that's what she does. What does Marjorie Taylor Greene contribute to legitimate politics? She doesn't. She contributes just a bunch of chaos and controversy. And when you go up against people like her or Trump, that's their game, is chaos and controversy. So if you get mad, you get in your emotions, you're just being that ignorant black woman that they think you are anyway. So I feel like Kamala Harris, she handles it very well, but I feel like with her, she gotta always walk that line of being the classy, intelligent, sophisticated, cosmopolitan black woman that I know she is, and I know many other black women and just blacks in general in Congress and in the government, that they every day they do that. They walk that line. I know it, but it's one of those things of white supremacy that they know that they can just play this game and get the black woman loud and get, there you go, and she's the black woman on the bus that you think of. Yeah, they know that. It's almost like for Kamala Harris and others, it's like what they're doing goes against nature, because they have to play the intellectual black woman that's smart and wise and well thought out. She has to always be that over anything else, and that's a game she has to play. Well, not game, but that's the role she has to play to get where she's going. And I think she does a hell of a job, a great job every day dealing with Trump. And I've talked about it when they had the debates. The debate was supposed to block the mics, right? And Trump interrupted, and they let him interrupt anyway. That's white supremacy. You build a system to make things fair, and the white man still has the opportunity, the ability, and the right to interrupt, and no one says anything. No one calls it accountable. No one's, wait a minute, he's supposed to be quiet and let her talk. It doesn't matter. That's white supremacy. That's what it is. Because not because it happens, anything can happen, but that it happens and no one even blinks. That you, even running for the highest office in the land, you still got to observe white supremacy. You still got to observe the white man cutting you off, and you having to be calm and patient and hold your tongue and be peaceful and not scream the way you feel inside. You still have to be magnanimous. You still got to act like a king, or in her case, queen. And I just think that I think she's done a hell of a job, and I wanted to say that.